Mave looked at the sun as it set into the waters. Everyone was heading home. Mave, too, packed up her stall and was on her way back home after a long, tiring day of work. Mave lived in Venice, Los Angeles, California. Every morning, she would be up early to head to Venice Beach to start her day. Mave had set up her own small stall on the boardwalk, where she sold her paintings alongside numerous other vendors, street artists, and performers who sold their unique pieces of art. Mave started her small business about 2 years back after she graduated from college with a bachelor's degree in fine arts. Mave's paintings were extraordinary. But even after going from one gallery to another to sell her artwork, Mave wasn't able to find any success. Of course, with every passing day, things became difficult financially, and Mave had to find other means of making a living. That's when she started selling her artwork on the street in the busy tourist area of Venice Beach. Mave managed to fit her monthly expenses into whatever she made working there. Every day after work, she would visit the gallery where her paintings were being exhibited. It was tough getting her portfolio accepted there, but it all worked out in the end when the gallery agreed to advertise her paintings. Mave wasn't too happy in her life, but she tried to pull through. She made a lot of new friends where she worked, and she often spent time at the bar on the beach. There was only one reason, however, that Mave went to the bar so often. It was to meet the bartender, Ronin. Ronin was an attractive young man who had recently started working there. Mave liked him, and over the days they spoke, they got a chance to bond, as both Mave and Ronin were Irish, had moved from Ireland a few months back. He had a hearty Irish accent, and he was quite charming. Mave had lived her whole life in California. She had only visited Ireland with her family on vacation when she was little. Mave, how's about ya? Got any luck? Nope, another bad day. Talk about a bad day. I've had the worst day. Kept scraping my knee, falling for you. Do you happen to have a band-aid on you? You always know how to make a girl laugh, don't you? No, honestly, it wasn't my fault. I wouldn't have fallen for you if you hadn't tripped me. After a rather long chat with Ronin, Mave headed to the gallery. Talking to Ronin made her feel better. Ronin always encouraged her and tried to motivate her. He was a nice guy, and meeting him always put a smile on Maeve's face. Mave walked around the curb. The gallery was right around the corner. She was a bit surprised to see her paintings out on the street. She immediately went inside to inquire about it. Mave met the gallery owner. Mr. Donovan, what's wrong? Why are my paintings outside? Mave, it's been months. People just aren't interested in your work. I'm sorry, but it's a loss keeping them up in the exhibit. We're losing out on money. There are more painters bringing in new work. We need space for the new arrivals." Mave sighed. She didn't know what to say. It was true. It had been months since her paintings were on display in the exhibit, and not a single sale. Mave left the gallery disappointed. "All right, Mr. Donovan, but if there's any good news, let me know. You might as well get some luck tomorrow. It's St. Patrick's Day. Cheer up, Mave." Despairingly, Mave arrived home. Perhaps a long snooze would make her feel better. The next day, she woke up and headed to the beachside. The crowds were all shades of green today. Everyone was cheering and joking. But the day was going slowly for Mave. Women, men, and children huddled around the performers, and tourists gathered around the stalls. A few customers had come by her stall, but left empty-handed. By the afternoon, the crowds had gone to the beach shore, and the boardwalks were half empty. Some of the vendors were packing up, while others were still hopeful for a few more sales. Mave scribbled on her paper and tried to pass the time. The sun soon set, and it started to get dark. One by one, the street performers and other artists cleaned up their equipment and portraits and headed home for the day. As Mave was packing the last of her paintings, she noticed a statue placed just a few steps away. She looked around. There was no one in sight nearby. Mave went over and looked at the statue. It was a beautifully sculpted woman. It was made of a strange green-shaded stone that Mave had never seen before. Mave waited for a while to see if anyone would come back for the statue. But no one did, so Mave decided to take it back home with her. Mave set up the statue in her room. She lay down in bed and admired the unique piece of art, and soon drifted off to sleep. The next morning, as Mave was on her way to the beach, she got a call from the gallery. "Mave, you won't believe what happened. One of your paintings was sold. The buyer offered such a high price, we were thundered." "What? Are you serious? Who bought it?" "He was a wealthy businessman. He was so impressed by your painting, he offered double the price." Mave was overjoyed. It was as if she had made a huge sum of money overnight. It wasn't long before Mave got another call from the gallery. The wealthy businessman who had bought her painting had brought in some more customers. Mave's paintings were suddenly in demand. The gallery was now taking down other paintings to exhibit Mave's work. Numerous customers were coming in to buy Mave's artwork. Soon, Mave was among the most popular artists in the galleries of Los Angeles. She was making a lot of money and had become quite famous. After about a few months, Mave made the decision to rent a better apartment and upgrade her working station. She stopped working on the boardwalk at Venice Beach, but she still went to the beach to meet Ronin. Mave was doing well now financially. She was confident in herself. It wasn't long before she approached Ronin. Mave and Ronin started to date regularly. Mave and Ronin enjoyed each other's company. Ronin was happy for Mave's success. Close your eyes. All right, what do you see? Nothing. That's my life without you. Really, Ronin? Now tell me, how much do you really love me? Well, count all the stars in the sky. Mave usually spent her mornings in the workroom of her apartment. She had turned one of the bedrooms into a studio for painting. The walls were decorated with her artwork. Sometimes she would just sit and stare at them. They helped spark new ideas and inspiration. As she gently stroked her paintbrush over the paper, her eyes lingered on one of her favorite paintings. It was the Morrigan, the Celtic Irish goddess. She stood tall, holding a spear, and a crow perched beside her. Mave stared at it intently. For a moment she thought, but it started to move. Startled, she blinked and looked again.
If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends and family.